welcome to our channel. Our today's topic is electrostatics part 4. We are going to solve some problems regarding quantization of charge and from Coulomb's law. So this is electrostatics part 4. So in electrostatics, in previous video, that is electrostatics part 3, we discussed about Coulomb's law. Now let us check the problems here. Right guys, this is the question here. A body is having a charge plus 4.8 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Estimate the number of electrons in excess or shortage. See here, this one we can tell electrons are excess or shortage. Here itself we can tell here. What type of charge is this? Positive charge. Positive charge means what? Deficiency of electrons. Positive charge means deficiency of electrons. So here it is shortage of electrons. So now let us find how much is the shortage here. So what is the concept involved here? It is the quantization of charge. Charge is quantized, you know. That is Q is equal to Ne plus or minus Ne. Total charge on any body is equal to total charge on any body. Q is given as plus or minus Ne. Plus for positive charge, minus for negative charge on the body. Here the charge is positive, so we can take plus here. N is, it is whole number. N is a whole number. N is a whole number, right? And E is the magnitude of charge on an electron, right? Now let us find, we have to find what here? We have to find N equal to how much? So let us substitute here. What are given? The body is having charge. What are given here? Charge Q. Given quantity is Q equal to 4.8 into 10 power minus 18 coulombs. So Q equal to Ne implies N equal to Q by E. This equal to Q equal to how much? 4.8 into 10 power minus 18 coulombs. So Q by E. What is charge of electron? 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Okay. So solving this one goes 3 times here and this one becomes 10 here. So this is equal to 30 electrons. So how many electrons are deficient in this case here? 30 electrons. Okay. Since the charge is positive here, so there is a shortage of 30 electrons. Okay, simple problem it is. Directly we have used this one. Charge is quantized. This is total charge on any body is equal to plus or minus Ne. Plus for positive charge, minus for negative charge. Okay, N is a whole number here. Gives us the number of electrons, and E is the magnitude of charge of electron. Don't put again minus here. For E, it is just the magnitude of charge of electron. Okay, so anywhere take like this. Total charge is equal to total number of electrons into magnitude of charge of single electron, right? Okay, next question is estimate the number of electrons in 36 grams of water. How much is the total negative charge on these electrons? So let us find here. So we are interested to find the number of electrons in 36 grams of water. Okay. What are given quantities here? H2O, it is 36 grams. Okay. Now our target is to find the total number of electrons. Okay. And how much is the total negative charge on these electrons, right? First, let us calculate the number of electrons present in one H2O molecule, and let us then find how many molecules are there in 36 grams. In that way we can proceed. So, number of electrons in one H2O molecule. How many are there? In hydrogen, 1 electron. How many hydrogens are there? 2 hydrogens are there. So 2 electrons is equal to 2 plus oxygen, how many electrons are there? 8 electrons are there. So 2 plus 8, we are having a total 10. In one molecule there are 10 electrons. Now let us find how many molecules are there here. Total number of molecules equal to how much? Avogadro number into number of moles. So now in one H2O molecule 10 electrons are there. Now our target is to find the total number of molecules in 36 grams. So we are proceeding in that way. So total number of molecules equal to Avogadro number into number of moles. Okay, what is Avogadro number? Na into number of moles equal to N. So this is equal to Avogadro number into given mass by molecular mass. So this is equal to Na into what is given mass here? 36 grams. And what is the molecular mass of H2O here? What is molecular mass of hydrogen? Molecular mass of hydrogen is 2 units, 2 grams, plus molecular mass of oxygen is, oxygen atomic number is 8. So molecular mass is 16. So this is equal to 18. So let us write here 18. So here this is 2. How many moles are there? 2 moles are there. So this is equal to, what is Na? 6.0. See, we got total number of molecules equal to this much, 6.023 into 10 power 23 into 2. These many molecules are there. Now in one molecule, how many electrons are there? 10 electrons are there. In these many number of molecules, what are the total number of electrons? Therefore total number of electrons 10 into 6.023 into 10 power 23 into 2, or approximately total number of electrons is this much, 12 into 10 power 24 electrons are there. Now let us find charge on these electrons. Okay, so total charge on these electrons is equal to Ne. What is N here? Total number of electrons. Here it is not total number of moles, it is total number of electrons. Okay, and this is charge on each electron. So how many electrons are there here? 12 into 10 power 24. What is the charge of each electron? 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. So this is equal to how much? See, finally solving this one, we are getting this 1.92 into 10 power 6 coulombs of charge, of negative charge is there on electron. Next question is, 2 point charges are placed at a separation 3 meters in vacuum. Okay, 2 point charges are placed at some separation in vacuum. What can be minimum force between them? Oh, let us check what can be the minimum force between them. Okay, right. So let us take 2 charges, 2 point charges. This is Q1, this is Q2, and this is some distance R here. R equal how much? 3 meters. So F minimum equal how much? This is the question. F minimum equal to how much? Let us write expression for force here, because we are asked about force. Let us find force. By Coulomb's law, what is force here? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Now we want F minimum. F minimum is possible when here, see, R cannot decide, this is constant, here R is fixed 3 meters only. So for F to be minimum, what should be these charges here? They should be minimum. So F minimum implies Q1 equal to minimum and Q2 equal to minimum. Okay, that implies Q1 equal to Q2 equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. So these two charges must be minimum charges. And what is the minimum possible charge in our universe? It is a charge of an electron. So Q1 and Q2 must be having charge of an electron. So let us substitute here. So what is this? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 9 into 10 power 9, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught value into q1 q2. So 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 whole square by r square. R square is 3 square, that is 9. So solving this one, we will get this much, 2.56 into 10 power minus 29 newtons. Okay, so what is key thing in this problem here? It's nothing here. Force should be minimum. For force should be minimum, there is only one chance for us, because this distance is fixed here. So these charges must be having minimum values. So what is the minimum value? Minimum value is nothing but charge of electron. So I have taken this one. Okay, it is an easy problem. Okay, look here, next question is number 4. A charge q is to be divided on two objects. Okay, some charge q, we have to divide it on two objects. What should be the value of the charges in the objects so that the force between them is maximum? So we should divide the charge in such a way that the force should be maximum in this case. See how we can divide. Let us check here. So solution, let us divide the charges like this. So from this charge q, let us give a part q. Let us give this one. Let us consider two bodies A and B here. Let us give some charge q for this body B. So what will be the remaining charge for this body A? It is a q minus small q, right? So this is the, in this way we distributed the charges. Now let us check. And what is the distance here? Let the distance be some r here. Distance between the two charges is some r. So we should see that our target is to see that the force between these two charges is maximum. So first let us write force expression, F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. What is q1? This much, q2 this much, by r square, this much. We know for F to be maximum, dF by dQ must be equal to 0. So let us take here dF by dQ equal to how much? So this is constant. This part is constant, no? So and this is equal to how much? This is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by r square into q into q, multiplying these two, q into q minus q square. So now this is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So differentiating that one. So since this is constant, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r square into differentiation of this one, d by dq of qq minus q square. So this is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So from this above condition, this is equal to 0. That implies capital Q minus 2q equal to 0. This implies q equal to how much? Q equal to q by 2. So small q equal to how much? Small q equal to capital Q by 2. So how much charge we have to place here? Half of the given charge. So here it should be some q, this is equal to q by 2, and here this charge is q by 2. So we have to divide the charge into equal halves so that the force is maximum. Got it? For NEET students, generally they fear differentiation and integration. So for them there is one more technique here. See, if a charge capital Q is given here, so here we are giving Q charge, so here it will be Q minus Q. Suppose Q equal to 10 units. So if 10 units of charge is given to us, so in this case how to distribute? Let us check here. So Q minus Q, there Q, and here, so what is the force formula? F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q minus q into q by r square. So here it is, let us take product here, q minus q into q. So here when q equal to 10 units, let us give here, let us start from 1, then this will be 9. So 9 into 1 equal to 9. Here if it is 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, 5. So how to distribute? Which is the best pair here? How to distribute? Let us check. 9 into 1 equal to 9. So product should be maximum. So for force F maximum, q minus q into q must be maximum. So let us check. If you give 9 charge here and 1 unit of charge there, then 9 into 1 equal to 9. Similarly, 8 into 2 equal to 16. So distribution of this one is distribution of charges in this pattern is better than in this pattern, because see here their product is 16. It is greater than the product of these two charges here, that is 9. So this distribution is better than this distribution for maximum force. Let us check about this one. 7 3s are 21. 7 into 3, 21. This is better than this. Let us check this one. 6 into 4 equal to 24. This is better than this. 5 into 5 equal to 25. See here. So if some charge is given to us for maximum force, what should we do? We should make the charge into equal halves. So here it is q by 2 charge and here it is q by 2 charge, like that. Neat students, you can remember in this way. Let us move on to next problem. Okay guys, see here, actually there are two spheres are there. There are two spheres are there. Initially they are neutral. So now what happens? They are rubbed against each other. When two spheres are rubbed against each other, what happens then? There will be transfer of charges from one sphere to other sphere. There will be transfer of electrons from one sphere to other sphere. The sphere which loses electrons becomes positively charged body, while the sphere which gains electrons becomes a negatively charged body. So in this case, so if one charge loses 10 electrons, for example, to the other, if one body loses 10 electrons to the other body, then what happens? This body which lost electrons becomes positively charged, and that body it becomes negatively charged. Okay, let us check here. So after rubbing, the bodies are placed at some distance of separation here. So one body acquires positive charge, let us suppose it is plus q, the other body acquires negative charge. Charges will be same on the two bodies. So here, so one body loses electrons. How many electrons it loses? That same number of electrons is gained by second body. So here the charges will be same. The body which lost electrons, it becomes positively charged, while the body which gains electrons, it becomes negatively charged. Here the charge is plus q, here the charge is minus q, and the distance between them is, see here, this one, distance between them is 1.6 centimeters. And how much force is acting? Force is equal to 0.9 Newton's force is acting. Now let us check how many electrons were transferred. F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. By Coulomb's law, F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, Q1, Q2. So Q square by R square. Because the charges are same here, so I am writing in the place of Q1, Q2, let us write Q. Okay, this is equal to 9 into 10 power 9. Value of 1 by 4 epsilon naught equal to 9 into 10 power 9 into Q square. We don't know. So what is Q here? Q equal to NE. So NE whole square. See, you know Q equal to plus or minus NE. If you don't bother about this plus or minus, Q equal to NE if you consider only magnitude. Okay. Since here these bodies acquired charges due to transfer of electrons, no? Therefore Q equal to Ne. So Ne whole square by R square. So this is equal to 9 into 10 power 9 into N. What is E? 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 whole square. This is N square by R square. What is R here? 1.6 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. Converted this centimeters into meters here. So 1.6 into 10 power minus 2 meters whole square. F equal to how much? 0.9. So solving this, we get becomes 10 power plus 4, 10 power 13 here, 10 power 13. So it 1 by 10 into 10 power 25, that equal to 10 power 24. Therefore N equal to 10 power 12. So solving this one, number of electrons transferred is equal to N equal to 10 power 12. So problem is easy problem, no? Right. In next video we will continue with this problems in Coulomb's law. Okay.